Good morning, and welcome to our 6 a.m. Pacific time moment of spiritual practice and devotion. I've replaced my candles, and I have in there two beeswax candles that I picked up on my travel to Ireland, my two trips to Ireland many years ago, and I knew there would come a time when I would want to use them. And now that I've lit them, I think of um, the beautiful island and the um, magical, mystical feeling in the countryside and the people there. I thank you for joining me as we travel together using 365 Science of Mind, a year of daily wisdom from Dr. Ernest Holmes, who is the founder of the movement that is known as Centers for Spiritual Living, where we are guided by a vision of a healthy, loving world called the Global Vision, where we teach and provide insight into the use of spiritual tools using the science of mind teaching. And thank you for your questions and comments. And I appreciate them very much. They get me to think. I received recently a question that I have not yet responded to, but it addresses the reinterpretation that I'm doing of the writings of our founder, questioning if that's appropriate and even correct. And I love that question, and I want everybody to ask that question of themselves and of anybody else who is a teacher. Here's where I'm coming from. Our founder wanted us to question everything and to go beyond what he taught. He himself developed in his thinking and changed his opinions and rejected things that he started off with. For example, in the preface, I forget which book, he talks about how he started off early on thinking you have to hold a thought, and then realized, no, you can't hold a thought. That's the wrong attitude in spiritual practice. And he changed his perspective on it. In addition to that, when a beloved founder of a spiritual tradition dies and we move on, there can be the tendency to deify the leader, and he didn't want that. And to turn every single thing that they wrote and said into absolute accuracy, and he didn't want that. There are some ideas in our Science of Mind teaching that deserve to be unpacked and examined. They may not be accurate based on what we know today about psychology, medicine, spirituality, philosophy. There's some ideas in our teaching that are not addressed, that leave us out of step with the contemporary world, like compassion. Civic duty is slightly hinted at, our relationship to the environment. And I think any of us who are teachers in our traditional Science of Mind courses know that a frequent comment is the difficulty of understanding language written in the 20s and 30s with use of words that are no longer commonplace. So as I rethink it for myself, I hope you rethink it for yourself, and I hope most certainly that you disagree with me at least a couple of times and have something better. I most certainly hope so. Today, March 26, is Dominion. And there I go already. I want to use a different word. I don't like control, domination, and power over. I like agency, choice, influence, collaboration. Each of us has access to our own consciousness, to that absolute unconditioned presence that molds and makes things out of itself by becoming the things that it makes. Now, the secret of effective prayer is in the realization that there is a powerful good in the universe and that we can use it. That subtle presence we call mind or spirit is the giver and we are the receiver. We have to learn to receive and accept its presence. And that's part of the focus for me for doing these daily readings and thinkings, is to continue to deepen my relationship with spirit. To understand our unity with the divine is the beginning of wisdom. To realize that we can express our divinity today should be the start of a conscious practice that will gradually conduct us to a greater and greater experience of life. That way, we will demonstrate not only that an infinite good exists, but it's active in our experience. This is the purpose of the practice of the science of mind. To demonstrate, to prove, to show it, not to just talk about it. Isn't that wonderful? Our consciousness of the indwelling spirit and the embodiment of its gifts bring us into the dominion of good, the authority of good, the presence of good. And so here, this next paragraph is beautiful language that is suitable for a third step or for the middle of an affirmative prayer. So I invite you to take a breath in and to relax into this moment. There is only one power in and through all creation. Nothing to oppose it, nothing different from it, nothing in addition to it. Only the one power. Everywhere present, eternal. That is what I am made of. I am made of that which there is no opposite to. I am made of that which is eternal, everywhere present. So I call that my heritage. Everywhere presentness, or all-knowingness, or oneness. And this that I understand about myself, I understand about each person on this call. I feel my kinship with each one. And though I have not met everyone on this call, I feel that through our oneness, that this prayer is for and about all of us. Believing in the universal presence as a powerful good, I now accept that it is active in my life. I accept that there is a strength and vitality flowing through me and out into everything. It flows out through me into everything I do or say or think. I embody this divine presence. And as I fully embody it, in this awareness, I realize there's no sense of weakness in me or lack of strength as I dwell upon the all-sufficiency of this spirit within me. Rather, the fullness and the completion of it is always present in my awareness. and it's always active. So this acceptance I have in it is my use of it. There is nothing in me that rejects the spiritual flow of energy. And this awareness, then I open myself, my heart, to embrace all my friends and family, the people in my neighborhood, those I know and those I have yet to meet. And I keep on expanding so that I take into my awareness the people of Europe right now with warmth and with a sense of camaraderie with them. And I dwell upon the peace that is at the center of this presence and power for good. I claim it as mine and accept it as ours and know it as the truth. With gratitude for this awareness, then, I release this word of affirmative prayer with thanksgiving in advance, knowing that as I embark upon my journey through the day, that I do and will see evidence of it unfolding before me. And so it is. Thank you very much for joining me this morning. And please feel free to disagree, reject, change, have an alternative interpretation to everything that you read or that I say. Have a blessed day.